The socialization process is often informal, and unfortunately, informal can mean poorly planned and haphazard. A thorough and systematic approach to socializing new employees is necessary if they are to become effective workers. Now, the first step should be an orientation program that helps new employees understand the company's mission and reporting relationships and how things work and why. So, ingana dapat. So, during the orientation, the employees, no, should be oriented. No, what is in the company, what are the values in the company, the mission, what are the relationships, and how things work, and why does things work. So, socialization, although informal, is quite effective naman, no, to make these employees more comfortable, no? Okay, kasagaran good, basta new employees has this particular fear, no, that it might not fit in the organization. Oh. So, naano sila yung mga kanang fears and expectations that companies should break in through, no? So, socialization has three phases. Now, the first one is the anticipatory, the second is the encounter itself, and the third one is the settling in. Now, at the anticipatory stage, applicants generally have a variety of expectations about the organization and the job based on accounts provided by newspapers and other media, word of mouth, public relations, and so on. So, beforehand, no, before an employee become an employee, naana na sila yung mga expectations, naana na sila yung mga idea about the organization and the job based on what they read, based on what they research on, or based on what they heard, no, about the organization and the job. So a number of these expectations may be unrealistic and, if unmet, can lead to dissatisfaction, poor performance, and high turnover. Murabag, this is what the new employee think. Mo apply ko ani kay ani day kuno ang kuan this particular organization. According to what I read, according to what I heard, ingani ko no. The moment they are in, no, so these expectations are usually unrealistic. No? So, inigabot nila dito, there might be, if these expectations are not met, now, this can lead to dissatisfaction. Of course, madismaya jud, di ba? Because they expected this particular things to happen and it did not happen. So there are disappointments that could lead to poor performance or even resignation or high turnover. Okay? Okay, let's go to the encounter phase. Now, in this phase, the new hire has started to work and is facing the reality of the job. New hires need information about policies and procedures, reporting relationship rules, and so on. This type of information is helpful even if the new employees who have had substantial experience elsewhere, because the organizations or work unit often does not think somewhat differently than these employees are used to. Now, in addition, providing systematic information about the organization and the job can be very positive signal to new workers that they are valued members of the organizations. So, they have this particular expectations. During the job, you need to inform them. Like, for example, may kakaroon nga, for new employees, wa asa tay labot sa bugas, no? Kay naapamantay gitawag og 6 months probationary period. So the moment that you are now a regular part of the organization, so pwede na ka makakuha sa bugas. You should be sino tawagan na kanang transparent with the policies of your organizations. May kakaroon, hala, may nga new hire. Hala, ako lagi nga new hire ko o kadawat og bugas. Pero siya lagi nga new hire ka nakadawat og bugas. Kay di ay pag umangkon sa president or CEO. So you should be transparent. Do not give this new hire particular thing that to be disappointed on. So, unsay policy sa organization nga di tagaan og bugas ang newly hired unless they come up with a 6 months probationary period. Adyaw tagai ang imong igsuon nga newly hired pod. No? You should be transparent and strict with your policies. No? So that these expectations of your newly hired employees murag matagaan og justice nga di pa man ko pwede kasabot ko for them to understand no kasabot ko nga nung wa ko taga bugas ron because I am a newly hired but they have this anticipation already nga after 6 months makadawat na jud kong bugas, diba? So although sa pagkahibaw nila kay kung sila nang-apply gani ko dinhi kay na kunoy free nga bugas. So that is the expectations nga ilang nadungog from outside or nabasa nila from asa nila nabasa or nakuha nila from research nga nindot ini nga company kay manghatag og 9 monthly nga kanang subsidy sa bugas. So wala ila expectation so dala karon ma-disappoint ka jud kang I need from this. But you need to make them understand, no, the policy nga nung di pa sila makadawat og bugas as newly hired employees. Kaya og di na nimo sila pasabto, no, it will happen to them. Ma-disappointed sila the entire 6 months di na sila magtarong og trabaho kay wa sila nakadawat og monthly nga bugas. So ingana na siya, okay, during the encounter process, no. It is now the obligation of the company to make them understand the entire organization and its policies, no? Kay para makasabot sila so that their expectations, although is not met yet, kasabot sila nga nung wala na meet ang ilang expectation. The third one is the settling in. And during the settling in phase, new workers begin to feel like part of the organization. And that depends on your management system. Do not forget that as managers, no, I've been telling all my students, no, to learn how that make your employees feel like part of the family. Or else, di gid na sila mo bati sa imuha. The moment that you are, or the organization is under a crisis, wala na dito sa atong sa ato ang good governance. Would you prefer to be loved or be feared? So kung love ka sa imong employees, if you feel make you if you make them feel like part of the organization or part of a family, of course they will love the organization, including everyone in the organization. So the moment the organizations are facing turbulence or crisis, di dyan na mahawa yung mga employees nga naman kay love man nila ang organization. But if they are only there or they are following orders because they fear the management, that system itself, so the moment nga nagkalisod na ang organization, mo yun dyan nga nung makiglunod man kog appeal nga naamay laing organization nga maluwas na ako. So, mo na siya. Mabidyaan ka. Okay? If settling in is successful, no, the worker will feel comfortable with the job and his or her role in the work unit or in the organization as a whole. An employee mentoring program in which an established worker serves as an advisor to the new employee may help ensure that settling in process is a success. Remember that the love of the employee to the organizations depends on the settling phase, whether or not the employees is comfortable and feel like part of the organization. Unfortunately, not all organizations take an active role in orienting new workers. As a new hire, you may find that you have to take the lion's share, no, of the responsibility for socialization yourself. So, usa na sa mga negative, no? Negative, unsa may tawag ana? Murag di pud negative, murag failure of the organization to be part of the orientation, no? To have a role of the orientation. Murag mostly good ang mahitabo is if you are a new hire in the company, mag tanaw na ka like, okay, a new entry, now help yourself. Iyan na ba? So, of course, it will not develop this, kanang marag, unsaon pag-develop sa, kanang employee, particular love or comfortability if di pud siya gitagaan og warm welcome from the organization itself. So, ana usa sa mga failure, no, of the organization and how to settle, no, a particular new employee to become the best there is, no, the best asset in the workplace. So, mo na siya. Okay. So, as summary and conclusion, training, we have discussed all this: training versus development, the challenges in training, the managing the training process, and of course, the last one that we have discussed, a special case, which is orientation and socialization. And that's it. That's practically it for this lesson. So, I will be uploading this in YouTube, and then I will also be uploading in Moodle your quiz for this lesson. So we will have a quiz instead of an activity. So I will chat in group chat kung mahimo na naho ang quiz. Okay? So that's it, kids.